Hello, my godly play friends. It's nice to see you all this morning, even if I can't actually see you. I hope that everyone is doing well today, and I hope that your families are well. And today we are going to learn about the Exodus. So if you're at home, I hope you found a nice, comfy spot to sit, and I hope that you have your godly play box. If you don't, then you can pause me and go grab it. And if you don't have one at home or you don't have one where you are right now, don't worry about it. I will be showing you everything you need to know on the screen. First, we're going to get ourselves ready to learn and to focus on God with our opening prayer. And that's the prayer that some of our students made last year, right?
Yes.
And so if you have your box, it's actually on the inside of the boxlet. If you don't have your box, that's okay. I will hold it up and you can read with me. It says, God, we love you when we are happy. We love you when we are mad. We love you when we are sad. We are sorry we messed up this week. We need your help to make things better. Thank you for helping us feel better. Thank you for the earth. I love you. Amen. So today we're going to be learning about the Exodus. This is kind of a big word. If we were together today, then we might talk about that word and if it sounds familiar to anyone. Has anybody heard the word Exodus before?
No. So, I think it means bakery or...
Oh, maybe.
Baking things, because I saw something this morning that was like baking things. So.
Did you see something? Okay, let's talk about what we have in our kit for today. Oh, where did I put my... So if you go to the papers that are on the front of your, or on the top of your lid, you will see a couple papers. We don't actually need these papers right now, but there is something about baking on here. It says the Exodus, and then there's something about baking. We will learn what this has to do with the Exodus in a minute. So you don't actually need these papers, but they would be really fun to have for your family to look at after the lesson. So papers actually says on here what Exodus means. It says the literal meaning of the word Exodus is went out. Went out. So we're going to learn some more about that. So I'm going to get out the lesson for today and I'm going to try to make it so that you can all see what I'm doing. And that might take a couple different ways to adjust my camera. So please be patient with me while I do that. You can imagine our beautiful godly playroom at All Saints and the lessons that surround us. And that's how we normally get to do our lessons. And I'm going to use the supplies that we have here to make a desert, kind of like our desert box. So what I have today is this felt that you might find in your box. I have this one for the sand, and I have these for the water. And then we're also going to use some of the things in this little box here. This is the desert. It's not the whole desert. It's only a piece of the desert. We need part of the desert here in our godly play area because so many important things happened in the desert to the people of God. The desert can be a dangerous place. There's no food, no water. People can die without food and water. Nothing grows there, so when the wind blows, the desert can change shape. And when the desert changes shape like this, it's easy to get lost. The desert is a dangerous place. People did not go there unless they had to. It took courage to go into the desert. The people of God were living in a place where the rains did not come. The crops had no water, so they could not grow. There was no grain to grind to make bread. Everyone was hungry. The children cried in their sleep. So their mothers and fathers decided to go to a new land where there was food. They had to go, even if it was across the desert. Their journey began. was hard in the desert, but they kept going toward the land called Egypt. In the land of Egypt was the king called a Pharaoh. When the people came into the land of Egypt, they found food and work, but the Pharaoh trapped them. They could not go home again. They had to do what the Pharaoh said. They had to live where the Pharaoh said. They had to get up when the Pharaoh said, and they had to go to bed when the Pharaoh said. They had to eat what the Pharaoh said. They were enslaved. One of those people, whose name was Moses, came to the Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." The Pharaoh said, "No." Moses went back many times to the Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." But the Pharaoh always said no. Then many strange things started to happen, but the Pharaoh always said no. Then something terrible happened. The oldest boy in each Egyptian family, even in the family of the Pharaoh, died. The oldest boys in the families of the people of God did not die, because the people made a mark on the doors of their houses. They put the blood of a lamb there, and the angel of death passed over them. When Moses went back this time and said, "Let my people go," the Pharaoh said, "Yes." The people began to hurry to get everything ready. They packed all they could carry, and they baked bread for their journey. There was no time to put leaven in the bread and let it sit so it would swell up and get big and fluffy like the bread you buy in the store. It was flat. You can still eat this bread today. It's called matzah, and whenever you taste it, you can still taste this story. The people went as far as they could. They were afraid that the Pharaoh would change his mind. Suddenly, the ground began to shake. The Pharaoh's army was coming. The beating of the horses' hooves and the rolling of the chariots sounded like thunder. The army of the Pharaoh pushed the people of God all the way up against the river. They did not know what to do. God came so close to Moses, and Moses came so close to God that he knew how to take the people through the water and into freedom. I wonder how each of the people of God felt crossing the water. This one might be running. They might be so scared that they could barely decide whether to move. This one might be happy. This one might be confused. If you have your felt and your people of God, you can also help them move through the water and imagine how they might be feeling. When all the people were safe on the other side, the water closed behind them. And they were free. The army of the Pharaoh could not get them. Now all of the people were free on the other side of the river. They were so happy, they started dancing. They just had to give God thanks. And Miriam led the dance. And that is the story of Exodus. I have some things that I wonder about this story. If you have someone that you can wonder with at home, you can pause the video, or if they're with you already, then you can talk about these things and other things that you might wonder with them. I kind of wonder what part of this story you like best. What part of this story do you like best?
Who are you talking to?
You guys. Do you want to tell me?
Well, my favorite part of the story was how they crossed the water and how the water popped open.
How it popped open.
And how the army made the ground shake. I would like an earthquake that would shake a chair when I sat on it.
Oh, wow. Those are amazing parts of the story. I wish I could hear what all of your favorite parts of the story were. I also wonder what part of the story is the most important part.
The most important part is that they got to there and the man let them go and they crossed the water and then they had all they needed, so they just danced around.
So I wonder if you think that's also the most important part from your perspective. And I wonder if there's anything that we could leave out and still have all the story that we need. So once you have a chance to wonder about the story and to think about what it means to you, remember that you do have a whole box full of craft things, and you can use those if you haven't already started to make something creative, or you can use your pieces of felt and your people of God to act out the story that you heard today, or another Bible story that's your favorite. If you also would like, and it's okay with your grown-ups, we have the matzah recipe here that you can make so you could actually see what this tasted like and share this bread with your family. But this does take a grown-up or an adult who can use the oven, so make sure that you run this by them. I hope that if you do get a chance to try it, that you will tell us all about it at our next Zoom meeting when we do the Godly Play over Zoom, because I would be interested to see what that was like for each of you to make that. No matter what you decide to do with the rest of your day, I hope that you have a chance to do something that is fun and that you love. And I hope that everyone has a really great week, and I look forward to seeing you guys all soon. All right, you guys take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, kids. So today we're going to work on a song that we've worked on before. It's been a while, but let's do it. We were working on it last spring. It's called Everywhere I Go. So everywhere I go, the Lord is near me. If I call upon him, he will hear me. Never will I fear, for the Lord is near everywhere I go. So let's try that. It goes like this. Let me play it one time for you, and then you can join me in singing it. Ready? Everywhere I go, the Lord is near me. If I call upon him, he will hear me. Never will I fear, for the Lord is near everywhere I go. Okay, the second verse. In the dark of night, should things alarm me, ever in his sight, no ill may harm me. I will be of cheer, for the Lord is near everywhere I go. So let's try that. In the dark of night, should things alarm me, ever in his sight, no ill will harm me. I will be of cheer, for the Lord is near everywhere I go. So let's try the two verses together. So everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, the Lord is near me. If I call upon him, he will hear me. Never will I fear, for the Lord is near everywhere I go. In the dark of night, should things alarm me, ever in his sight, no ill may harm me. I will be verses with that. So let's do Santo, Santo, Santo that we've been working on for the last several weeks. 2 times in Spanish and then 2 times in English. Santo, 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 mi corazón te adora, mi corazón te sabe ser, santo eres, Señor. Santo, 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 mi corazón te adora, mi corazón te sabe ser, santo eres, Señor. English. Holy, 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 my heart adores you. My heart is glad to say the words, you are holy, Lord. One more time. Holy, 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 my heart adores you. My heart is glad to say the words, you are holy, Lord. And then finally today, I have one that we've sung many times in the past several years. And it's called, I Have Decided to Follow Jesus. And I'll put the words up on the screen for you. So. Ready? I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back. Though no one join me, still I will follow. Though no one join me, still I will follow. Though no one join me, still I will follow. No turning back, no turning back. The world behind me, the cross before me. The world behind me, the cross before me. The world behind me, the cross before me. No turning back, no turning back. Very good. Thanks everyone. Have a great week and we'll see you next time.